What is up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to automate your Twitter by taking someone else's posts that posts quite often and repurposing it using AI. So this can be uploaded as often as you want. You could upload every minute if you wanted to, as long as you pay for that. But I'm going to show you how to do this completely for free today and how you can get a X account automated in about 20 minutes. Let's get right into it. Okay, guys, so you can see here I have Alex Hormozi's Twitter pulled up. And what we want to do is actually find an account like this and send these tweets over to make.com to then repurpose and upload to our own X account. So in this example, I'm using Alex Hormozi because he uploads a lot of motivational and life advice type tweet. So I'm just going to copy his link. And then what we're actually going to do is come over to a website called rss.app. Let's go to my feeds. Okay. And you'll need to create an account or log in. But basically what we're doing here is we're creating an RSS feed, and you can think of an RSS feed as like a big list of tweets from that person. So every time someone uploads on a news blog or YouTube or Instagram, it's added to their RSS feed. So in this example, we're just creating it for a Twitter account. So once you create an account, you can just click on create a new feed, and we'll select X/Twitter RSS feed. Let's just go ahead and paste this in. We click on generate. It's going to take a few seconds. And then you can see we have a big list, kind of like I just said, of Alex Hormozi tweets. We can just go ahead and click on save feed. Okay. This is going to give us a .xml link. This is how we're actually going to put our RSS feed inside of make.com. So if I just copy this link and come over to a new scenario in Make, we can search for the RSS module. And it's going to be a watch RSS feed items module. I can go ahead and paste in that URL we just copied, and I'll set the maximum number of return rows to 3. If I click on OK and I just run, we got to do all RSS feed items. Just go ahead and select this. This will grab all previous ones and future ones. So click on OK. If I go ahead and run this once, you can see we have 3 different posts. The problem is some of these posts aren't valid, like they aren't good for repurposing, like this one where you just tag someone with a few emojis. We don't want to repurpose that. What we would want to repurpose is something like this. The only thing crazier than chasing your goal is expecting other people to understand it. That's a good one. So the way it outputs it is in HTML. So the first thing we want to do is convert this HTML to plain text. So if I just go to a text parser and get the HTML to text module, and then in the field here, we want to go to RSS fields and click on description. So you're going to want to run this RSS feed once just to get these fields in here, I believe. We click on OK, and I just set maximum number of return rows to 1 real quick just to get us 1 post. Run anyways. You can see that in the input bundle, we have HTML, but in the output bundle, we have plain text. So every module in make.com, when you're doing something to it, it has an input and output. So for the transformers, you like an HTML to text or, an aggregator or something. It sends in text, which is the input, and then the output is the modified text. So you can see here that we have HTML in the input, and then on the output, we have text. The next thing we want to do is actually, let me pull up my little process here. Is RSS to HTML, right? Then we want to aggregate this. So if you run this multiple times or get multiple tweets, which we do want to do, we don't want to return 1 and it ended up being bad. So we're going to change this to 3, click on OK, run once, and you'll see the problem here. We don't want to send over 3 different bundles to ChatGPT, right? Or OpenAI. They're correctly formatted, but they're in 3 split collections. So you have operation 1, input and an output, operation 2, input, output, operation 3. So we want to change this, and the way we can do that is by aggregating the text. So we want to grab an array aggregator, and what this is going to do is an array is like one big bundle that has a bunch of other bundles, right? So you could send in like 100 bundles, but it would all be contained under one array. This is a super useful module. So if we just select RSS watch feed items in the source module, and then in the aggregated fields, we want to select text from text parser. Go ahead and click on OK, and let's give this a run. Run anyways. We can see that we have one operation here, which got all 3 of our tweets. This converted all the HTML to 3 different text operations. And then this array aggregator combined all 3 of these. So you can see in our input section, we have 3 different bundles going in. But in our output section, we have a singular array that contains all 3 of these. So to actually send this over to ChatGPT, we want to do one more step. And this step is going to be a JSON transform to JSON module. And the object we want to just get is the array from here. I'll just run this one more time for you guys so that you can see what's going on. So in the JSON, or in the input, you can see we have object, which is this array. And then we have 3 different tweets in plain text. In the output, we have a singular JSON string with 3 different texts. You can kind of see the text within here. Here's one of them. And then this /n is just an enter in JSON. So now we're actually good to send this over to OpenAI. So I can just click on create a completion, create a connection, and then I'll just name this main. And let's just get our API key. You can see it gives us links to these. So for APIs, we want to click on, well, first you want to add a few dollars to your account, right? Like just a few bucks. It's very cheap. This has lasted me a month, and I've only spent $1.10 or $1.11. So let's go to API keys, right? And you can click on create a new secret API key. I'll just call this main. For the project, just select default project, create secret key. And we'll just want to copy this link and go back into make and paste this API key in here. And then you'll just want to come back to this tab, which is up here. Click on general and copy your organization ID. Just copy that. And then we are good to go with our OpenAI connection. So now we can access the LLMs and the different GPTs and everything inside of ChatGPT. So for module, we're going to use GPT-4o. And I'm just going to okay this real quick. Hold on. It's going to be weird. I'm just going to rename this real quick. This is what this module is going to do is it's going to select the best post for us to tweet, which basically eliminates the chances of us getting something that's just like a bunch of emojis or a reply that isn't valid at all. It just isn't good for repurposing. So here, I'm just going to say post picker. So this picks our post. Rename, sorry. Post picker. Let's okay this. And let's give it a system prompt. So the system prompts inside of ChatGPT are a way for it to self-identify. So if it's a writing assistant, we would say it's a helpful writing assistant. If it is a coder, you're an intelligent coder with 20 years of experience. In this scenario, it's just finding tweets. So we can say you are an expert. Goodness, my A button on my keyboard's broken. Expert viral post finder. You will be given an array of posts to pick from. Your job is to select the best posts for repurposing. Okay. Output the post in JSON, and only output that post. Do not include any other comments or insight. Sometimes ChatGPT will it'll give you like, here is the post and then post it. The problem is that would show up on our Twitter and we don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to come down to show advanced settings real quick and change this temperature a bit. A temperature is like how creative it can get. If it's at 1, it's going to be a little bit creative. So I'm just going to change this to 0.7. Okay. In the response format, I'm going to select JSON object, parse JSON, yes. So this is going to return our result in JSON format. And then for the message, the user is just the prompt. So if I just pulled up ChatGPT right now and I said, is 2 plus 2, that is the user prompt we're giving it. So this module obviously already has a system prompt. So we want to come back here into user prompt and just give it the JSON string. If we click on OK, I'm just going to go ahead and give this a run. Okay, let's go to result. You can see it's outputted this post, right? The one that it thinks is best for repurposing. See choices, one message, it's in here again. Okay, cool. So it's outputted it successfully in JSON. So what we want to do then is repurpose this post, right, for our own personal account. The way we're going to do that is with another OpenAI module. It's just going to be create a completion. I'm just going to actually copy this module. Let's just clone it. And then I'll rename this to, let's rename this post creator. We'll click on OK. I'll just auto align this. And inside of here, we're just going to tweak the prompt a bit. You can leave these settings the same. The user prompt is going to be choices, message. It's just going to be this JSON string, content. Okay. So we want to say you are an expert post creator. You will be given a tweet from a source on Twitter. Your job is to repurpose this post. Okay. And you're going to give it a few rules. We don't want it to output in JSON, but we want to give it a few limits. So in my example, I don't want it to output emojis or hashtags, and X limits your character limit on the lower paid plans. And I believe it's 240 characters. So I'm going to give it a few rules. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to space. It'll read over these rules just fine. Rules will say character limit is 240 characters. Sentence limit is 3. No hashtags, no emojis. Hold on. Speech type, maybe? No, let's do personality, maybe. Spartan tone of voice. Yeah, we can probably just leave it at that, just so it doesn't get like overly excited, you know? And then we want the response format to be text. This is all good. This is probably good to go. So let's just run this once. So what it's done, it's grabbed our tweets from Alex Ramosi. It's formatted them to text. It's aggregated them into a single bundle. It's transformed that to a singular JSON object. It's sent that to ChatGPT, which has picked the best posts, which has then been sent to ChatGPT again, which has repurposed this post. You can see in our output, we have criticism is only valuable from those whose counsel you seek. Choose your mentors wisely, ignore the rest. A great post. So the last thing that we have to do is actually upload this onto X. The way we're going to do that is if you come over here and let's just search for X, formerly Twitter. Let's do create a post. We need to create a connection. So if I come over here into the make documentation, you see it wants us to log into the developer, right? I'm just going to go to the developer portal. Okay. And then it says, click sign up to create a free account, describe your use cases. I'll walk you guys through all of this. So what we need to do is create a new project, right? I'll just say project name is make.com. Goodness, I can't type. Click on next, select use case, making a bot. Click on next. We'll say we are automating posts via make.com. Let's click on next. App setup is the next part. Let's give it a name. See if this is available. Yeah, poultry automation. Okay, so we can just go to app settings now, and we can set up our user authentication. Okay, and we'll want to select read, write, and direct message. We're going to want to select web app, automated app, or bot in the app type. And for the app info, if you guys don't have this page, we can just close these two tabs. You can just click on create a connection and then, see online help. You see they have this URL right here, which is going to take you to the page I'm on. This is the docs I'm reading off of. You want to copy this callback URL. Okay. Just copy it. Paste it in there. Whoops. That's weird. Oh, I copied both. Copy this. Paste it in here. Add another. Copy this one. Paste it in here. Grab this website URL. Paste it in website URL. And then we should just be able to click on save. Changing permissions. Yep. Then we get our client ID and client secret. This is how we're going to connect make.com to X. So if I just click on create a connection, paste in this client ID, I'll call this demo. And then I come back over into here, copy my client secret. Let's click on done. Yes, I saved them. Let's just paste in my client secret. We'll click on save. It's going to pop up in this window. We are going to click on yes, continue. It's going to ask us if we wanted to allow access to our account. We'll click on authorize app. And we should now be connected to the X API. Thank you. This window will close shortly. And now we have access to upload on X. This is super cool. So in the text content, this is our tweet. So in here, we just want to select the output of the post creator. You can see I've named it. And we're just going to select the choices message. And we'll just select content. And you can upload medias. I think you have to be on the V5 module though. But for this example, we're just uploading a post. So if I click on OK, and I give this a run, it's limited our characters to 240. You do want to make sure you include that. I had some issues with this when I first built one of these a few weeks ago. You're going to really want to make sure you do that. Otherwise, it's going to give this weird error that was very confusing to solve. I did not understand what was going on until I was like, oh, your character limited. So if I come over to my X module, you can see seeing $10,000 in my account was a turning point. I realized I could stop earning for 3 years and remain secure, focus, work relentlessly, and reach this point to finally breathe. Okay, it repurposed this post. Let's go over to our X account. You can see it successfully posted this tweet. I'm going to delete this for now. But if we just give it a bit more prompting for the post picker, probably. Pick a post that is not a super personal post, but is more general. I didn't like that post that much. That's just kind of demonstrating how this is going to work. So if I come back over here, let's see which one it gave us this time. Okay, that's much better. Your life's course is dictated from within. External forces hold no power to destroy it. If it falters, the cause lies within your own actions. That's great. So if we want to come back and break down each module one more time, we have three different tweets here, which you could do 100 of these. It then parses these to text. So it takes the HTML. You can see input is HTML and the output is text. Then it aggregates all of these and puts them all into one array. We give that array to a JSON transformer, which then puts all of the info in the array into a singular JSON string. And then it sends that string over to ChatGPT, which looks inside of the JSON string and picks the best post, which is then sent over to our post repurposer or post creator. And you can see it receives the message here. Yeah, okay, so you can see here's our system prompt, which we wrote out, and then the content of the post picker is just that JSON string from the post it selected. Then the output is that post repurposed. So friendly reminder that no one can ruin your life. If your life gets ruined, it's an inside job. And we will repurpose that to your life's course is dictated from within. External forces hold no power to destroy it. If it falters, the cause lies within your own actions. So it's the same idea, but very much repurposed. And then it just uploaded that post and gave us our post ID and the text. Cool. So that is essentially it. If you wanted to, you could pick from a list of different RSS feeds and then select those from a Google Sheet with like a random function. Guys, thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. You made it! If you could, please drop me a like and subscribe. It helps my channel out a ton. You can get all the blueprints for the make.com scenario down in the description for free at the Gumroad link. All the links to the API references that I was going over in the video will also be down there. Share this with a friend if they're getting in the automation space. I'm trying to provide as much value as I can, and yeah, peace out.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.